Yo, what is going on, YouTube? We are back with another week of predictions, and this week I am riding solo. I had some stuff to do before before the night ended and couldn't get Dev on this week, but I should have him returning next week. Don't worry, for the people that love Dev, he will be back, I'm sure, next week. And yeah, so we're gonna ride this solo like we used to this week temporarily. Um, I'm excited for this week's matches. Last week I did pretty well. I went 6-2. It's not too bad at all. Yeah, we'll get right into these matches. First match is New York versus Carolina. Now I'm pretty sure Carolina is gonna finally be all four in the same location for this league match, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but they're also going up against New York. This is a Carolina team coming off a loss against Seattle where they significantly outslayed their opponent. It was bad. Carolina should have definitely not lost that series. It was insane. Seattle clutch up with a dub game 5. New York, I can't remember. They played Minnesota, that's right. I was like, I know they had one match last week, but um they beat Minnesota 3-1. It looks like I didn't really get to watch that series. I had a busy weekend last week. But yeah, I think this should be pretty. I think this is a pretty safe matchup for New York. They should handle business here. I'm gonna have Carolina taking a map, but that's me being generous. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of hoping to see a little bit more out of Carolina, like I said, because they honestly slayed pretty well last weekend versus Seattle. But the few clutch plays, few mistakes not going in their way, and it is what it is, you know. So what happens when you make mistakes? Teams are gonna punish you. So yeah, I got New York 3-1. Pretty clear cut matchup there. Next matchup, Optic Texas versus Seattle Surge. Now this is Optic just lost 3-1 against FaZe when they should have. It kind of reminds me of like the Carolina Seattle series. Like Optic just didn't clutch up. They played really well. They slayed really well. That's two of the top two teams going at it right now. Yeah, FaZe just took advantage of Optic's mistakes. Like top teams are gonna do that, and FaZe clutched up. Like I said, I think Optic should have definitely won that series. I think they know it. We all know it. With that being said, I don't think Seattle Surge really stand a chance in the series. Optic are going to be very, very pissed. I think Optic slowly learning, like, you know, what they need to do to beat the likes of FaZe and stuff like that. Hopefully we see it here. I think this is going to be an Optic 3-0. And yeah, we'll go on to the next match. Next matchup is Toronto Ultra versus Miami Heretics. Now, Miami actually came off. I think they came off the W. Yep, they came off the W last week, 3-2. They clutched up Game 5 against Boston. Boston's first match as a team against Miami. I think that should have been like, if I'm Boston, obviously like Boston fans could could definitely be worried about their Boston team again. You would think like their new team should be able to like compete, like obviously win Game 5. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like the Boston team should beat a team like Miami, and that's no offense to Miami, but that new look Boston, I don't know, maybe they just need more time, but yeah, Miami got a super important W against Boston last week. Now Toronto, it's unfortunate that they're just going up against Toronto. I'm gonna say Toronto 3-0 here. I think this day is just like three of the top four teams playing teams that they should handle business against. So it's like, what can you do? Um, yeah. I'm just gonna go on to the Saturday match, and I feel like this one entices me. It's LA Thieves versus Miami. Now Thieves were looking pretty impressive last week. They obviously did beat Vegas, and the first map was a blowout. Like they smoked Vegas bad on 6-star hardpoint, which by the way, the new maps are phenomenal to watch. Even though people complain about like some water cheese on P5 6-star, I mean I think everyone complains about a little bit of water cheese on that hill. I think it's super trolly, but hey, I think it's super fun to watch. I can't lie. I love watching Six Star Hardpoint. I love playing Six Star Hardpoint. I think it's a great map. Obviously, I feel like they're probably going to end up moving the P5 at some point. But regardless, I love the map. It's super fun to watch. And all the new maps are super fun and refreshing. But yeah, getting back into the matchup. I don't know. The thieves impressed me with their teamwork last week. Like I called the Joe Deceives pick up during one of the videos, and then I also said I was a fan of that roster change because I feel like him and Kremp will work better together as a sub duo than Afro and Kremp did. And that's no offense to Afro. I just think Joe Deceives and Kremp's chemistry just looks better. Like they looked more comfortable on the map together as a team. With that being said, I'm gonna choose 3-1 Thieves, but I do think Miami with Real look better than with Eric Boom. And yeah. But like I said, Thieves impressed me. I hope I'm not wrong here, but I kind of hope Thieves are climb up to make that champs run. It'd be entertaining. Next matchup is Optic versus Vegas. Now, this is another interesting matchup because Vegas obviously just came off a roster change because they got slain by Thieves last week. And it's funny because when you look at the thing, I predicted 3-2, it ended up being 3-1. But I mean, other than the 6-star hardpoint, I don't think Vegas played too bad, but like it's crazy that like Thieves kind of made him do a roster change. I feel like they finally released Purge, which I say finally like because everyone was kind of like expecting him to like be the one that gets released if they were to make a roster change. And they picked up Asim, and Asim obviously coming off the Boston roster that had a lot of internal drama with each other. But I'm excited for this new Vegas lineup. I think the old Vegas lineup was already like impressing a lot of people with their teamwork and how good they actually are. And I feel like this only improves Vegas. Now, do I think it's a roster change that beats a team like Optic? Probably not. But I'm excited to watch this Vegas team improve now. I'm not saying that they wouldn't have done that with Purge because, like I said, I think Purge brought a lot to the team, regardless of like what his stats showed. I think he was a pretty useful, impactful teammate. But I mean, Vegas obviously we're looking to upgrade and try to push to win events, which I can respect. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to ramble on forever, but I'm gonna go 3-1 Optic. I'm excited to watch Asim play on this team. I'm excited to see the future of the Vegas Legion. Next matchup is New York versus Seattle. This is just a tough draw week for Seattle. I feel like Seattle might play New York a little bit closer than they do Optic, but this is just unlucky. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna go 3-1 New York. I could see it being a 3-0 though. Yeah, tough week for Seattle. You got two of the top 4 teams. Got to try and upset one of them, which I don't think is going to happen. Now, this matchup is interesting because I feel like both these teams are horrible online. Carolina versus LAG. Like I said, Carolina should all 4 be together in the same location now. LAG is obviously in LA. I'm excited for this matchup. I feel like Carolina actually squeeze out the W here now that they're all 4 in the same location. Online woes hopefully don't continue for them because, like I said, both these teams are actually like LAN teams more than they are online. So I'm kind of hoping that all 4 of Carolina being together kind of pushes them over the edge this series. And yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Now, this is an interesting matchup because this is new look Minnesota, which I feel like have looked better than Boston. But I feel like this is going to be a fun matchup to watch. I'm excited to see how both the new rosters play against each other. This one's kind of hard for me. uh man, both of these teams, would they both play once last week? Yeah. Both of them played once last week. It looks like they're both only playing once again, which is insane. Um I'm honestly going to go 3-2 Minnesota. I think they looked a little bit more impressive than Boston. Um I think Gunless has been pretty good for them. I think their improvements are going to show this week going into this matchup. I could be wrong though. I'm a fan of both teams, the both players. I'm a fan of like Pentagram getting his call up into the league finally. I'm glad like Gunless and Standy are back. I feel like those are two league caliber players. But yeah, I think Minnesota looked a little bit more impressive last week. Final matchup, absolute banger. I like how they've been purposely scheduling absolute bangers on Sunday, the last match on Sunday. Atlanta FaZe versus Toronto Ultra. Now, I feel like major sorry. Oh gosh, my bad. Major 1, obviously Toronto looked like a different beast, and Major 2, and it seems like they've kind of been continuing their groove. FaZe look really, really good. They kind of look untouchable. I feel like this is going to be a good test for Toronto Ultra to kind of get back into Major 1 form and see how it goes. Do I have them winning this series? No, but I think it goes game 5. I think it's going to be an absolute banger, but I have FaZe clutching up, and they're still kind of solidifying their top spot in the league. Because I feel like it definitely FaZe right now over everyone else. But yeah, that's going to be this week's predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this week. Like I said, next week we should have Dev back, or yeah, and it should be another banger week of matches. Hopefully, I don't want to promise anything, but hopefully I should start bringing more content to you guys. I want to be more consistent on the YouTube side. I always have, but life kind of has been crazy between I stream more and then I work a full-time job, and life, yeah. But I'm hoping to like finally find the time to bust out some more content. So let me know content ideas in the comments below. Let me know if you guys want to see like rank gameplay, or like just let me know the thoughts in the comments of what I should upload, if that makes sense. Because I'm kind of I want to start the YouTube grind, man. I really do. I always have. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week, guaranteed, for predictions. And I'm excited to talk to you guys in the comments. Peace.